that we run across in our lives, it's impossible to know the sum total of their life. Indeed, knowing the total is impossible until you know the end. In the case of our father, there are many interesting things about him we knew of, but I find it amazing as we remember him to look at just how interesting the sum total of his life has been, and how who he was impacted who I and my siblings have become. As a child, as all children do, I only saw my dad existing in the sphere of my solar system, in which I, of course, was the sun. I learned from him how to catch, play frisbee and tennis. We took some great bike rides. I also learned more about health than any 8-year-old has a desire to know. I learned to hide what rare, treasured bits of candy I could get my hands on, and I was the only person under age 10 in the 80s in the cereal aisle perusing the ingredients list, desperately searching for cereal where sugar was 4th or lower on the ingredients list. I learned that no didn't mean no. No just meant I hadn't come up with enough logic to get a yes. This forced early critical thinking, logic, and reason. It also made me great at debates, much to the chagrin of my husband. I and my siblings learned a very solid life lesson about natural consequences. Our parents would often allow us to go beyond the bounds of what our friends were allowed, as they found value in letting us assess consequences for ourselves, make our own decisions, and learn from the results. It was a great policy to grow up by. As Dad was so fond of exploring the concepts of, we all know that our solar system isn't where our universe ends. I'm very grateful to have had the opportunity to get to know Dad as an adult and see the broader scope of who he was beyond that of my childhood eyes. It's been interesting to review the files in the house. According to a 5th grade report card from 1951, he was a bit of a troublemaker, going along with the other troublemaker boys, which was unfortunate according to his teacher, who claimed he was so intelligent and should be swaying those boys to the good. I'm not sure exactly what qualified as trouble in 1951, but Dad always did have a bit of a jokester to him, so seeing that card made me chuckle. His very social tendencies and curiosity about other people and ideas was evident early on. In high school, he hosted a party for local foreign exchange students. He also spent some time near the end learning to program for NASA. He went to graduate school at the University of Minnesota to further his understanding of physics. He went on to attempt to be a pilot for the Air Force. He went to an Air Force base to attend their schooling and passed several written and piloting tests. It was the very final test and the very last week that he couldn't pass. In the end, they found that his depth perception was off, which can't be corrected for. As a result, he had his pilot's license and an interesting experience, but was sent on his way. During college at Mankato State, he met my mother. After their first date, they were working to agree to a night for a second date. When my mom suggested the following Tuesday night, he said that wouldn't work because that was his night off from dating. She laughed at his joke and told us kids that if she had realized he was serious, which he was, that she never would have agreed to a second. But that was our dad, fearlessly social. After Mom's passing 8 years ago, Dad eventually started online dating. Even in his 70s, he would occasionally have 3 dates with 3 different women in a week. Even if he ended up not being interested romantically in a woman, he so loved getting to know new people and share ideas. His lifetime hobby of multi-level marketing was a perfect blend for him, giving him a healthy avenue to pursue and a catalyst for reaching out to and helping others. Although these efforts never brought him any wild financial success like all those companies touted the potential for, it did bring him happiness. As we look today at how to honor my dad's spiritual beliefs, we've been faced with an interesting and positive challenge. How do you summarize and declare the beliefs of an open-minded individual on a constant intellectual pursuit of spirit? My dad was an open book, and so thankfully after his passing we haven't found any great surprises, but the one that he was confirmed Episcopalian at age 14. But what he believed at 14 and 34 and 54 and 75 were not the same things. He didn't just blindly follow, he thoughtfully pursued ideas and ultimate truths. I think it's safe to say that to his mind, his energy is continuing on his spiritual journey and has simply gone from one phase to the next on his path to a higher self. There is much to be grateful for today. I personally am grateful that he raised me to be an independent thinker. My siblings and I were always a bit strange in our realm of friends, because even if the crowd was going one way, we were never afraid or ashamed to go the other. Dad gave us a confidence and independence that is rare and I greatly treasure. It has helped me find success in my pursuits and taught me to be thoughtful about the world and the people around me. I am grateful that we got to have him in our lives as long as we did, and that he was healthy until the end. He truly believed that it's not about the years in your life as much as it is about the quality of life in your years. I am grateful that he taught us to be open-minded instead of single-minded. I am grateful that he was passionate about being a positive influence on the world and those around him. And I am grateful for every one of you that was a part of his life. Thank you for giving of yourselves, of your lives, of your thoughts, and of your ideas to feed my dad's lifelong curiosity and to share in his journey. Thank you.